Okay, I just put these tights on. I love these. Waisted pants, these are the new ones.
I'm a paid customer with Tully Lou. I am obsessed with their leggings.
It's Tully and Sarah, and if you don't know, we have an activewear brand called Tully Lou.
And we have Australia's favourite leggings, but not only do we have leggings,
We've got everything that you may need for an active lifestyle. So we want to give you guys an offer if you've never shopped at Tully Lou, or if you've shopped at Tully Lou
and you just want $15 off your next order,
you need to take this offer.
and it's TL Cherry, all caps, all one word. Pop that in at checkout and you will get $15 off.
So head to our website, it's www.tullyloo.com, or head to our Instagram, stalk our page, use the code, and let's get you all in some TL. Welcome to Curious Conversations with Tully and Sarah.
We sit down and chat with business owners, entrepreneurs, and some of the best conversation starters.
This is a podcast about real life lessons and people doing cool shit. Welcome back to Curious Conversations. I'm trying to find the camera on my computer. This is new to me.
Well, we're doing this because I'm going away next week, and at the moment
We're committed.
we are. You know what? Committed. We're committed to consistency.
We did. So this is a little bit new for us because we are not in our studio, but that is okay. Sarah is leaving and going overseas. So we still, even if the episodes are like 15 minutes or whatever, we'll just get little updates from her. I can tell her what's happening back here. And yeah, we just want to keep you guys posted on what's happening.
I'm not leaving for good.
Oh,
Not
no,
yet. Not yet.
No,
yet.
just a little holiday that's like, but exactly, we'll have 3 episodes while you're away. So we're just going to give you a little debrief. But how are you over in the studio and I'm at home if you're watching this?
I'm good. I've been absolutely smashing out the work this week. I'm like, I need to get it all done before I go away.
Yeah. Do you know what? There's no better feeling than like getting all your work done so then you don't have to do anything when you're away.
I know.
It's the best
And then,
feeling ever.
so where I'm leaving on a Tuesday morning, so I would have left last night, and it's just getting everything done. Like tonight, we're out with the girls doing our new Make Memories thing. Going back to the comedy festival. I don't know if we told people we went to a comedy festival thing.
Well, next week we'll have to tell you how it goes.
Well, we've already been to one and it was absolutely amazing, except for you were embarrassed by us.
Oh, so embarrassing. So there's like nothing worse. I've got this fear of going to a comedy festival and them picking on you. And this comedy room in Melbourne, I don't even know what it's called. It's like down a dungeon. I mean, you booked it. I can't remember. It's like at a pub. What is it
The
called?
basement? I think it's at Morris House underneath.
Something like that. It's really fun, guys.
It's very good.
Friday and Saturday nights, and you don't know what comedians are coming on. So we went during the comedy festival, and we were lucky enough to get like Dave Thornton, and then all these other. The girl that was hosting was so funny. I hope she's hosting tonight because that would be fun. And yeah, it's just so much fun. And my worst fear is getting picked on. And we got there a little bit late, which I hope we do not ever do that again. And we were in the second row, not the first row, thank God. But we did get picked on a couple of times. It was actually funny. They called us like the Kardashians or something, which I was like, oh, I'll take that. That's not embarrassing. But it's fun.
But the reason we're doing that is because our friendship group was like, all we do is really catch up for dinner and we don't make memories anymore together. So one of our girlfriends who's deep in parenting, mother of 2, went through a bit of a lull and she was like, I need to do things. And I was like, okay, as the single gal of the group, but I don't organise things. I was like, I'll take it upon myself to organise the thing, like adventures and experiences for us to do.
Yeah, it was fun. It was really fun. So we'll go out for dinner before and then go there. And then on Monday before Sarah goes, we're shooting some winter stuff for Tully Lou at 8 a.m. in the morning, which is going to be fun because there's 2 samples that still haven't arrived. But that's just story of our lives whenever we shoot. It's okay. We'll just have to problem solve. And I already know how we're going to problem solve if they don't come. So it's fine.
I'd love to know this, but not the right time.
It's fine. So Sarah, she'll be leaving on the next day.
I said to Tully, you better FaceTime me with Rollsy every morning. I'm going to miss you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I need to work out time difference.
So going back to friendship, right? Because I know in the last episode at the end, I was like, hey, next time I want to speak about relationships and obligation. And you were like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, and it's something I've spoken to a few of our friends about. It's like, it doesn't matter what relationship it is. It's usually, I'd say, family and long-term friendships that come with a sense of obligation and guilt and maybe resentment over time. Like, do they really fill up your cup? Do they not? Do you want to have these relationships, or are you just doing it because you think you have to?
Sorry, I'm going to interrupt there. There's one more kind of friendship like that as well, is your partner's friends.
Oh, because you're friends with them because you think you should be.
Yeah. So like, for example, like I'm lucky my partner's got amazing friends, but like in the past, it's like you have to go to these social events because they're your partner's best friends. And you're like, I really don't want to go because they're not like me. I don't really but if you don't go, then you make your partner upset. Like that's another really hard, like friendships that you kind of have obligations with.
I remember a couple of our girlfriends have been talking to me over the years when I have troubles in friendships, and they're like, you've been friends with these people for a long time or a short time, maybe you've just outgrown them. And I heard a quote the other day. It was like, friendships, it's like walking across the bridge ends, and sometimes it's natural for that friend to navigate over their own path, and only their journey was meant to be that one bridge with you.
Oh yeah, I like that.
And I was like, oh, that's so true. But for me, like the little sensitive Cancerian, I'm like, I want everyone to come on the bridge with me always.
Yeah. It's exactly how we say, it's like that friend was just for that chapter of your book, and then you move on because you've got other chapters. But yeah, it can be a really sticky situation to be in, especially
resentment can build up, because if you're doing everything out of obligation, you're getting frustrated, you feel guilty. I know for me, I tend to always snap. And I've been saying to you, I don't want any relationship in my life to feel like it's out of obligation.
Or forced. Like, yeah, exactly right.
Like that I have to be friends with you, or I have to have a relationship with you because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And I think changing that comes down to mindset, right, and awareness. And Kate Forster's a big sucker for this, of just being like, you don't have to be friends with everyone. And I know she's quite vocal about talking about relationships in her family. She's like, oh, my life changed when I changed relationships in my family. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've said this before, I'm pretty sure on the podcast, or I've said it to you, definitely. It's like, if you're seeing a person that you call a friend and you're walking away from that situation feeling way worse than when you went in, or you feel really shit about yourself because maybe they've like, you know, when you meet up with a friend and they say comments and you're like, you're targeting that at me, like and you can feel it. And then you leave and you feel like about this small, and you feel absolutely shit about yourself, and you do not feel uplifted and you do not feel inspired. That is a sign right there. Do not see that person again. Like there's I used to have a friend like that a long time ago. And I was probably friends with her out of, I was friends with her at the beginning because we had stuff in common, and then she was just really, really toxic at that time. I still probably had a little bit of an eating disorder, and she had an eating disorder at the same time. And two of those, like, it just does not, like, every time I was with her, I just was constantly stressing about food, if she didn't eat something, and I just felt so shit when I left that. And I remember that day, I'm like, every time I have coffee with her, I feel shit about myself. I just have to go my separate ways because she's not someone that I want to be with. But I was friends with her because, you know, we used to do yoga together. I taught with her. Like, it was just one of those things that I felt like I needed to be friends with her. And sometimes maybe a little bit you feel like you're friends with them because you're helping them. And you're like, and exactly what we said in the last episode, our solo episode, it's like, that's their journey. They've got to work out for themselves when the right time is to get better or acknowledge that they're not well. It's not my journey to make them like recover. So I feel like, yeah, it's really hard. Like, if you feel shit, that's a sign right there. Don't see that person again.
100%. And are you doing it out of like love or duty, that relationship? I think that's one of the first questions. And you know how people say you are the 5 people you hang around? It's called like the 5 people audit, right? So you audit the friendships in your life, who you spend the most time with, and you're like, how do they make me feel? And if you're in a circle, those 5 people that you spend the most time with don't make you feel good.
Yeah. And it's hard. It's like, it's hard when you do have those obligations because you feel like, I should probably still be friends with them. But I think it's a big indicator. Your self-worth is way more important than making someone else
I
happy.
agree. You can still be friends with them, but what has to change is your perception around the friendship or the situation.
Yeah.
Meet them where they're at. Like lower your expectations of what that person can give to you. They already show you who they are. And it's like once you change your mindset around it, because you obviously have expectations, it's you have I don't want to say power, but you take the power around the friendship and the resentment back.
Absolutely.
No, we said it the other day. You put up a post what it was about, and I said perspective's everything.
Yeah, it was just about, positive thinking equals positive opportunities or positive things that happen in your life. It's like positive, it's like a magnet. And we all know this. It's like once you start feeling negative about yourself and you start having that negative self-talk, all this negative stuff happens to you. And it's like, but then once you change your thoughts around and you're like super positive, you're doing your manifestations, then all this stuff suddenly attracts in your life. And you're like, why is this happening? And you're like, oh, it's because I'm in that good headspace. Like, that's why.
Yeah.
So
and I was speaking to one of our girlfriends about that last night, right? And how if you're in a rut, how you shift it. Like how do you, and I said, it's like little bank deposits, right? I was like, it's not going to happen overnight, but if you get up and do one thing that you know is really, really valuable for you, like going for a walk, you know that's an act of self-love for you.
It's
You put a coin in the jar. You do it again the next day. And doing that consistently over time, your jar and your self-worth jar is full, right? And it's
absolutely
the secret's consistency and awareness. Like you said, if you are feeling shit, how we've done the episode on energy givers list and energy drainers, do things that give you energy. Yeah,
always. And then see what happens, because it's quite like I don't want to sound woo woo, but it's quite amazing like what comes into your life or what happens.
For me, everyone knows I'm in a fitness lull, right? And I was like, I've got 2 options here to really accept it. I was like, but I don't feel good. Like I want to feel strong. I want to feel fit. So this week I'm like, okay, I'm going to set my alarm a bit earlier each morning. I was like, I've got a little gym at home, even if it's 15, 20 minutes in there.
Oh, absolutely.
I know. And when I'm doing it, I'm like, see, Sarah, it's not that hard to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is. And that was a reference that I made. I was like, once you start just stop exercising and getting up in the morning, it's very easy to get stuck in that trap, because then your alarm goes off the next day and you're like, oh, yesterday, like I went back to bed, it's fine. That happens. It keeps rolling onto the next day. And then it's just those 1 to 2, 3 days of getting up and doing something. And then you remember how good and you feel good. Then you're like, okay, it's very easy to get on that train, but it's acknowledging that why are you doing it and does it make you feel good?
Do you feel good at the moment?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah. I've been doing like a lot of like physically, I feel really good. I've been doing a lot of like weight training. Like I'm not a lot, like I'm not doing it every day, but I've like upped my weight training. I don't really do cardio anymore because of my knee. So I just feel stronger. Like, and I've been, same thing. I have to do a lot of home workouts. So I do a lot of like home Pilates workouts. And some of them are really hard. So I feel quite good at the moment, just like strong. And health wise, I feel fine. Like I haven't been bloated for ages. So I'm like,
I've got a question for you. Where area in your life do you think you could be doing better right now?
Probably spending more time with my family and friends.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like quality time.
Mm.
Yeah. Because like, I mean, like I see my friends and like I see my family, but probably not as often as I should. Was that an email? Did you hear that?
I smiled at the word should.
Why?
Because remember, Barb tells us we shouldn't use the word should.
I don't know what else.
That you would like to be.
I would like to spend more time, yeah, with like my family. Not like Damien and Roller. Like I think I spend enough quality time with them. Like I'm talking about like my mum, my dad, and like, you know, I know I've seen with the girls tonight, but like, I don't know. I don't feel like we all, exactly why we do these activities, like to spend quality time with each other. I don't think we do that as often as we used to. Like we used to always do workouts in the mornings on the weekends. And like, I do a lot of things solo. It sounds so sad, but I don't mean that in a sad way. It's like, I feel like we're all just super busy, or we all are, you know, like some of our friends have got kids that do sport in the morning. They can't do it anymore. And like, you know, you've got your grandma, I've got Roller. So I'm like selected with what times I can go because when Damien's home. So I do a lot of things solo. I feel like I'm always my happiest. Like I used to love when we all worked out on a Saturday morning because I was like, that kickstarted my weekend. I felt good. We had coffee together. So I feel like that's probably somewhere that I probably lack and am not 100% happy at. What would you say? Oh, you said your fitness.
Definitely my fitness. I think probably looking after myself, right? Doing things that fill up my cup. I probably giving too much to others before giving to myself. Yeah. That's probably it. I feel like I'm very good at spending quality time with friends. You know what? I said no to someone today.
Did you? Oh, that would be a first.
They were, and bless them, I love them to bits. But they were like, "Hey, can I see you before I go?" I was like, "No." I said, "I'm spread thin." I'm spread thin. And usually people pleaser spaz over here would have been like, yeah, I'll try and fit it in at my own detriment. And
you're also only going away for a little while. You're not going away forever. You're going to be here when...
Might marry an Italian man over there, Tal.
Yeah, well, true. But like, you know how everyone's like, "Oh, we've got to catch up before Christmas." Okay, but like, why? Like, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here Boxing Day. Like, I'm still going to be here.
I mean, we come back and it's our birthdays.
Yeah, true. That is true.
So, no, I think I'm very good at friends. Yeah, I think I can be kinder to myself. Might go get a massage this weekend. Maybe.
Oh my God, go. Evan, get like your toes done or something. So you've got them done for Italy, and get like a foot massage.
Yeah, Euro. But no, I find that really interesting. Do you think you ask your friends genuinely, like just how I asked you, like, how are you? Meaningful questions that are like, oh, where do you want? I love friends that make me think. I'm so attracted to people's brains and minds. I'm like, and I want everyone to better themselves. I'm like, where could you do better? What's going well in your life?
Yeah, I probably do when I'm like sitting down with someone, if it's like a dinner or like whatever, but probably not when like I'm calling or via text. I just feel like, I don't know, ever since having Roller, it's like I have very selected windows of when I can talk to people on the phone, which is very, like, I can't, usually I would call people in the car, but I can't really now when she's in the car because I have to put lullabies on. So I don't really have that like capacity or time to when I'm like out and about. But if I was sitting down at a dinner or breakfast and stuff and you're having like deep and meaningful conversations, I would. But probably not as much as what I'd like to. Like, I do think it's something you probably should ask. Like, there's that campaign at the moment which is called Gotcha for Life, which is basically Sarah and I found out about this campaign probably like 2 years ago,
2 years ago.
charity. And it's just checking in on it's targeted at males and like just checking in on your male friends because the suicide rate in men is quite high. It's actually quite disturbing. So they have this campaign as well about awareness, talking to your mates and stuff. And I remember we went to one of those lunches and it was like, text one of your friends, I love you, and like ask them a question or something. And I was like, yeah, I probably don't do that often enough. And then I'd be like, I'd feel embarrassed. This is so ridiculous, but I'm like, I feel embarrassed just being like out of the blue, I love you, like, how are you? Which is ridiculous because I shouldn't. And
I'm pretty good at that, aren't I?
Yeah, you are. Like, I used to be quite good at it. Like, I used to send morning messages like to some friends, be like, you're amazing, have the best day.
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore. And I don't know why.
Yeah, I whenever I'm thinking of someone, I just shoot them a like, hey, thinking of you, love you, or miss you.
So weird you say that because the other day, and this is when I know that I'm in a really good headspace and like I'm kind of magnetic. Sounds really weird and woo-woo, but whatever. I was thinking about someone and literally half an hour later I got a text from them and I said, that is so freaking weird that you just text me, because I was literally, actually it happened twice. I was literally just thinking of you. And that's when I know that my head is in like one of those good headspaces because I feel like I'm a magnet, and whenever I think something happens. And it's happened to me twice in the last, I think it was like maybe 4 days. Crazy.
Can't wait to hear who those people were.
Oh, I just know what
You're obsessed with that lip gloss.
I know. I actually am.
You just put it on before we started as well.
If you're watching this lip gloss is amazing. I'm not even going to pronounce it, but it's honey infused lip oil. It's so nice. But yeah, anyways.
All right, that's all I wanted to talk about. It seems we always talk about friendship, but do you know what? There's actually a clip going around, 2 clips I want to talk about briefly before we jump off. I sent it to you and I had one of my girlfriends sent it to me as well. I was like, lol, that's so funny. I just sent that to Tully. The Disney hugging story.
I haven't watched that yet. Did you just send me that this morning or last night?
No, like 3 days ago, Tull.
Oh. Is it on TikTok or Insta?
TikTok. The TikToker.
Yeah, that's why I haven't watched it yet.
The interview, Jay Shetty with Simon Sinek, Simon was saying he just learnt this and it's one of his favourite things. So the characters at Disney are taught that when a kid comes up and hugs you, you're not allowed to let them go until the kid lets go.
That's a little bit freaky, no?
No, don't you think that's really lovely?
Coming from someone who hates hugs.
But imagine you're going to meet Minnie Mouse.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like if it was Roller.
And she's so excited. Imagine if then Minnie just let go and was like...
Yeah, okay, that is actually quite cute. Like I'd be sad for Roller if she went to go hug one of them and they pulled away. That would make me sad.
Do you know what he then goes on to say is like, hug your friends until they let go.
Well, you won't be hugging me at all.
I will be. You watch me tonight. I'll be like, ooh.
I'll be letting go like immediately.
I'll be squeezing you tight. No, and I found that really beautiful.
That is actually when you explain it.
Safety and things like that. And the old attack actually takes 37 seconds of a hug for oxytocin to be released. So, and apparently you can actually really feel it kick in at around that 37-second mark.
Wow.
Do you want to hug me for 37 seconds tonight?
No. The only person I'm hugging for 37 seconds is my daughter. I don't enjoy hugs. Like, you know this.
I know.
Hugging my daughter's different. She's like squishy and like little. But no. Like, I understand the Disneyland thing. When you explain it like that, I'm like, oh, that's actually really sweet. Because it would make me so upset if Roller went to hug Jasmine or Aladdin, who she's obsessed with, and then they let go immediately.
And they pulled away.
Oh, and she was like disappointed and then felt like disheartened and like scared. And I'd be like, oh, okay, that's
right.
That would hurt my heart. Yeah, that would have hurt my heart.
So I'm going to test this theory out tonight. You won't even know it. You will forget this by then.
No, I will. Once you put your arms around me, I will definitely remember.
Bless. No, it's been good to catch up. I wanted to talk about relationships and obligations.
Yeah, cool.
So just remember, obligation or authenticity.
Happiness.
And just do the five people around you, the audit. How people
And
make
how
you
you feel. Yeah, how you feel when you walk away.
And then don't be guilty if you like, Jesus, one of or two or all my friends in that audit don't make me feel good. It's like, okay, well, either go make new friends or why don't they make you feel good? It always will come back to you, whether you're, I don't know, envious of something about their lives or you compare, and only you have the power to change that. But you have to ask yourself the hard questions, and sometimes you might not like the answers.
True.
All right. I love you. Next
Love
time
you.
I might be a bit more tanned and we won't have people walking around in the office.
Maybe you might have an Aperol in hand.
That's it. Okay.
Right.
I love you. Can't wait to hug you.
I already said I love you. Do I need to say it again?
Yeah, please.
Love you, no hug.